Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. Get this. Andy Ruiz promises to return to old self. I'm not here to lose weight or look the part. Wow. Andy Ruiz has never been confused with a Michelangelo carving. Throughout the course of his 13-year career, Ruiz's weight has always caused a heavy discussion. Ruiz has weighed as much as 297 pounds in his pro debut and 256 pounds in his last fight in May. When he shocked and dropped Anthony Joshua on short notice in 2019, he weighed 268 pounds. But then he enjoyed the victory lap too much and ballooned up to 283 within 6 months. The renowned Ruiz admitted that his lack of conditioning was largely the reason he lost to Joshua in the rematch. Ruiz, which is now 34 wins, 2 losses, and 22 by KO, will look to rebound once again when he takes on Luis Ortiz, which is 33 2 losses and 28 KOs on September 4th at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles on Fox pay-per-view. It will mark just the second fight since December 2019 for the former heavyweight champion of the world. He says, quote, "We're here again and I'm thankful for another opportunity. We didn't come here to cherry pick anybody. We wanted a tough opponent, and that's why we picked Luis Ortiz. He's strong, he's awkward, he's a lefty, but we've had a long training camp and we'll be ready." He also said, "The main thing for me is going in there and staying busy. I'm not underestimating Luis Ortiz because he comes to fight. He wants to be a champion. On September 4th, we will go toe-to-toe and we'll see who's going to win. It feels good to have this fight set. We know this isn't going to be an easy fight. He has a different style that what I'm used to, but we've trained really hard at the gym to perfect the craft. He's going to bring it, but we just have to go and do our best so we can get this victory and go and win those world titles." He also says the main focus has been training my skills. This isn't a weightlifting contest, so I've been getting back to what originally made me champion. I'm not here to lose weight or look the part. I just want to be the part. Okay. I've been doing this all my life. I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. So the muscle memory is there. I needed this long training camp for this type of fight. That's going to help me get comfortable in this fight. I think it's a similar fight for me to the Anthony Joshua fight. It's just that he's a lefty. We have a great team and we're working hard September 4th, and it's going to be a hell of a fight. Let me stop there, okay? Andy Ruiz. Okay. He's not trying to look the part. I'm not here to lose weight, as he says. And what do you take from that? There's 2 ways to look at this, okay? First off, understand that Andy, in his last fight, I think we've seen the effects of losing too much weight and not building your strength up to that weight or down to that weight. And we've seen him stop Anthony Joshua at 268 pounds. Well, he's either an idiot or a genius. And let me explain. He either feels that the lighter he is, the weaker he is, versus the heavier he is, or the more weight he has, the stronger he becomes. And I think what Andy's problem is, I think he didn't like the way the punches felt at a lower weight. But I think he should understand that it's a process of getting your energy back when you lose all that weight. You're not going to have it right away. Okay? And I think that's what's bothering him. So I think he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to gain weight. Okay? I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to get that power back, and I'm going to be just as victorious as I was in the Anthony Joshua 1 fight. And I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a really bad idea because I think Andy Ruiz is stuck in the past. Okay? Him thinking of Anthony Joshua, well, Luis Ortiz is a left-handed version of Anthony Joshua. He could be so far from the truth. Luis Ortiz is a guy that baits you in with certain shots. Anthony Joshua is a guy that he likes to box, but he's also a puncher. Okay, they both can punch, but Luis Ortiz with his style, he has if I was going to compare Luis Ortiz to any fighter, I would compare him to Juan Manuel Marquez because he's a guy that baits you in. He baits you in, and when you attack, he's ready to counter. He's just a counter puncher, but he's coming from a left-hand stance. So if you see Ortiz, he mostly has that arm up to slip those shots to get that left under there, an uppercut. You know what I mean? He might chop because he has a heavy right hand, a right hook. And I just don't see him an Anthony Joshua. So I think Andy Ruiz is living in the glory days of his career. Okay. And there's a reason why he didn't fight Ortiz in 2020 too. Or also, right? And I think him losing this weight, losing all that damn weight he lost. He came in at 256. So he lost 30 pounds, but then he gained his muscular structure, but the muscles that he had wasn't as strong as he remembered them being because of the weight loss. Because when you lose weight, you also lose muscle as well, especially depending on the way you lost that weight. And we don't really know how he really lost that weight. He's going against the streams. Okay. And the way, what he's doing is, I feel that Andy Ruiz is allowing himself to gain weight on top of losing all that weight is counterproductive. Counterproductive because, see, he lost that weight and his body is trying to adjust to that weight that he's at. Your body can only work with what it has. And based on what you do, if you're eating right, do you have the right type of nutrition? Does Andy Ruiz have a nutritionist? I don't even know if he does. I think he made all that money and then said, you know what? I won this money. I'm going to beat Anthony Joshua easy. I'm going to eat what the hell I want because I've been eating and I've been this way all my life. Okay. And since he lost, he then had an epiphany and said, you know what? I do need to lose all this weight. I should have lost this weight. I should have kept shredding to be ready for Anthony Joshua at a smaller weight so I can be even faster, even elusive, and it would be less to carry around the ring. Well, now he's saying, you know what? I'm not a bodybuilder, so I'm going to eat what the hell I want, and this is going to be that. I've been, and then I think all that, hey, I've been fighting since I was 6 and this, that. That's all justification for doing something that you wanted to do anyway. I think Andy Ruiz just got lazy, and I think he feels that, hey, I was successful, or I feel I was the best, I was successful, or the most successful when I beat Anthony Joshua, so I think I will go up to that weight now. Which could fall in the hands of Luis Ortiz, because if you notice anything about him, he's mostly the same weight. He's a big-boned guy anyway. Older, big-boned, athletic built. Andy Ruiz is not. And I think with all this fluctuation, up, then down, then back up, I think it's only going to be counterproductive and destructive to Andy Ruiz. Him thinking that his body is going to get used to weight added, contrast taken away, because this is what he doesn't understand. If your body felt weird or you felt weak by taking it away, your body's going to feel burdened with more weight. But, you know, again, if he feels that this weight will benefit him or whatnot, so be it. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. I think he's making a terrible mistake. I think it's a lazy mistake because it's an easier concept to grasp or to convince yourself to do when you don't have to do nothing but eat and gain weight. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz saying that he is going back up in weight for the Luis Ortiz fight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.